Nasujaiset event in Espoo turns violent, senior students accused of abuse. Finland faces potential fines for failing to reduce transportation emissions. TE offices in Finland to close, employment services transition to local management. Atria opens €165 million poultry processing plant in South Ostrobothnia. A traditional Nasujaiset event, where senior students usually welcome and joke with junior students, turned tense and violent at Kloben Beach in Espoo on August 16. Several students from Matinkala and Espoonlahti high schools participated in the event. However, according to eyewitnesses, some senior students appeared to have intentionally harmed the juniors. Witnesses described cruel scenes where students were pelted with raw eggs, sprayed with vinegar in their faces, and forced to participate in humiliating games. Several students were injured, with one case requiring medical attention due to vinegar-induced eye inflammation. Both principals of Matinkala and Espoonlahti emphasized that they could not intervene as the event was outside school hours, but they will coordinate with parents to prevent similar incidents in the future. Finland may face hundreds of millions of euros in fines if transportation emissions are not reduced. To address this issue, Professor Heikki Limatainen from Tampere University proposed electrifying transport vehicles, particularly electric trucks. He emphasized that electric trucks are particularly effective in urban environments where frequent acceleration, braking, and waiting occur. Compared to diesel engines, electric engines consume energy more efficiently in these conditions, despite the initial investment being 2.5 times higher. In addition to electrification, Limatainen also suggested increasing investment in public transportation to encourage people to reduce personal car usage. He argued that walking, cycling, and using public transport not only save costs but also help Finland meet emission reduction targets, avoiding heavy fines from the European Union. From early next year, TE offices in Finland will officially cease operations, and employment support services will be transferred to employment regions managed by cities and towns. This change is expected to improve employment rates, with 45 new employment regions being established nationwide. These regions will be responsible for providing employment services, previously under state jurisdiction. The change has already begun affecting TE offices, such as in Pasila, Helsinki, where staff are preparing for the transition. According to the Ministry of Employment and the Economy, this transfer will help cities and towns better connect employment services with local needs. Atria Corporation has officially inaugurated a new poultry processing plant in Nurmo, South Ostrobothnia, with a total investment of up to €165 million, marking the largest investment in the company's history. The plant spans approximately 3 hectares and is equipped with modern technology, allowing it to process up to 15,000 poultry per hour, increasing Atria's poultry production capacity in Finland by 40%. The plant operates with around 600 employees working in 2 shifts, with the 3rd shift dedicated to sanitation. The processing at this plant is very efficient, with products being packaged and shipped to customers within just 24 hours. This event occurs amid global uncertainties, but Atria remains committed to sustainable development and ensuring product quality. Minister of Agriculture and Forestry Sari Essayah emphasized the importance of food self-sufficiency and food security in her speech at the inauguration. Police are investigating a murder case in Lauka after the body of a man in his 40s was found in a river in Äänekoski. The victim was discovered on August 16, wrapped in plastic and showing signs of violence. Police suspect that the man was murdered in a private apartment in Lauka earlier in August. 2 people have been arrested for investigation. A 50-year-old man from Lauka will be proposed for detention at the Central Finland District Court. K-Market in Padasjoki will close next week, ending Anja Perila's decades-long customer relationship with the store. The decision was made because the store's building structure and refrigeration equipment have reached their usage limits, while renovation investment is not feasible due to the population dropping below 3,000 people. This reflects a general trend as Kesko has closed more small stores rather than opening new ones, especially in areas with declining populations. In Padasjoki, S-Market will continue to operate, but customers are concerned that the lack of competition will affect prices. K-Market was once the shopping choice for many local residents, and its closure is a disappointment for many loyal customers. Finland's joint network to continue shutting down 3G networks in eastern and northern Finland in September. The process began in the spring in southeast Finland and is expected to be completed by the end of this year. The shutdown of 3G networks will occur in various locations, including Kuopio, Kajaani, Oulu, and Rovaniemi. The frequencies and resources previously used for 3G will be repurposed for safer and more efficient 4G and 5G technologies. Finland's joint network's 5G network is expected to be completed by the end of 2024. Negotiations at the Tampere Post Center have concluded with a decision to lay off a maximum of 34 employees. Initially, it was expected that up to 120 people would be affected. However, thanks to measures such as retirement arrangements, retraining, and job transfers, the number of layoffs has been significantly reduced. The Post also announced it would discontinue unaddressed advertising distribution and other bulk mailing services from the beginning of next year, leading to job losses for up to 3 more people. The center will focus on handling e-commerce orders and will be renamed Tampere Logistics Center. This week, 82 Finnish skulls, previously taken for racial research in the 19th century, were returned to their homeland from Sweden. Researchers at the Reburial Museum Center are currently conducting a 2-week survey to identify the deceased. They will analyze age, health status, and potential identification through bone samples. Notably, one of the skulls may belong to Daniel Metalplan, a famous printer from Poultry. After completing the research, the skulls will be buried in their respective localities, with Poultry expected to be the final resting place for those taken from the area. The burial ceremony will take place in September, marking the return of the deceased after more than a century. Solar Foods, a Finnish company in the food development sector, is preparing to list on the Helsinki Stock Exchange. The company is known for its product Solian, a protein produced from green electricity and CO2, promising to provide food without traditional agriculture. With plans to build a factory with an annual capacity of 16,000 tons, Solar Foods expects investment costs to exceed 400 million euros. Although the company has not yet raised funds from small investors, future capital needs are significant. Solar Foods currently produces 160 tons of Solian annually at its Vanta plant and has started selling in Singapore. The company hopes the product will soon be approved in the United States and the EU. Ice hockey legend Teemu Selänne is interested in renting the Helsinki Arena, according to 2 independent sources. The arena has been vacant for over 2 years due to sanctions imposed on its Russian owners. Selänne has been negotiating the rental of the arena but has not yet commented on the matter. The arena is managed by Helsinki Halli Oy, with the majority of shares owned by Russian oligarchs who are under EU sanctions. Selänne previously expressed a desire to lead the Jokereiden team back into the domestic league, but the plan was unsuccessful. Meanwhile, the Helsinki Arena is facing severe financial difficulties due to the challenges related to sanctions.